Today, we pay special tribute to Major General David A. Krumm on the occasion of his promotion to the rank of Lieutenant General. The presiding official for today's ceremony is General Charles Q. Brown, Jr., Commander, Pacific Air Forces, accompanied by his wife, Mrs. Shireen Brown. We would like to thank everyone for being in attendance today. Please stand for the official party and remain standing for the playing of Ruffles and Flourishes, the national anthem, and the invocation by Chaplain Nelson. Chaplain Nelson will now deliver the invocation.
Lord, we gather this morning for the promotion ceremony of soon-to-be Lieutenant General David Krumm. I pray for a blessing upon General Krumm, that he may have the wisdom and foresight needed as he assumes the new job and new responsibilities. Bless him to wisely prioritize those things that need his direction and the ability to accomplish the important tasks placed upon him. Give him the inspiration to be at those places that require his personal attention for the betterment of those in his care and himself. I ask a special blessing of remembrance be placed upon him to always remember that no matter the positions, jobs, or titles given to him, his first and foremost job and title is as husband and father. I pray for him, his wife Lisa, and their 3 children, Allie, Katie, and Clay. Bless them to remember and stay connected and engaged with them and their wives. Bless them to know when they are in need of advice and help from their father and husband. I pray that he will rely upon his wife as a support, help, advisor, and counselor when the difficult and trying long days come. And when this assignment is finished, that they will look back upon it with fondness, joy, and a great sense of accomplishment. These things I humbly pray and ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chaplain Nelson. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce General Brown.
Well, good morning, everyone, from here in Hawaii and up there in Alaska. It's a great day, not only for the Krumms, but for our United States Air Force, as we get to make the newest 3-star in our United States Air Force here in just a few moments. As we prepare for this, one of the things I do highlight is, I had a chance to sit down with the Krumm family this morning, is, we were all successful in some form or fashion. But there's a quote I came across a number of years ago that said, success takes help, failure you can do alone. Success takes help, failure you can do alone. And so for Cooler, your success, of course, you did not do that alone. And so it's at least and really an honor for Shereen and I to have a chance to sit down and talk with you, this morning and get to know a little bit more about you. But to Allie, who is not with us today, but I think watching via video, and Katie and Clay, we're all happy for you to be here. And one of the things when I prepare for these, I do a lot of research, read through your records, get to know a little bit about the family, and I realized that Cooler is a big Auburn fan. He got 2 of the 3 kids to go to Auburn, so War Eagle. And then Clayton, who said very, very smart and got into an Ivy League school, is at Dartmouth as a freshman year. And so having followed Auburn and understanding the Auburn Tiger versus War Eagle, I got online this weekend to go, so what is Dartmouth's mascot? And come to find out, there's been a little bit of controversy. They don't really have a mascot, so unofficially, their mascot is a keg. Keggy the Keg. I also found out that Dr. Seuss went to Dartmouth. And I forget the gentleman's name, but the movie Animal House is based on one of the fraternities at Dartmouth, which makes me understand Dr. Seuss got in trouble for alcohol, by the way. So that kind of explains Keggy the Keg, why he's such a big hit there at Dartmouth. I do want to recognize Cooler's parents, Barbara, and unfortunately his father Dave just recently passed away. And I know he's probably extremely proud of you, and if he'd been here today to witness this, he'd actually have very high, be on cloud 9, and literally he's probably on cloud 9 today, watching the ceremony. To Lisa's parents, Alicia and Johnny, we appreciate you allowing, I think Cooler appreciates the fact that you let him marry up and meet your daughter, and to Johnny's wife, Kathy, we appreciate you all being here today. Over the course of Cooler's career, he's had a number of various assignments, and I'll walk you through those and some big things that he's done, and then we'll get on with the promotion. But he's had a chance to go to pilot training, get a fighter, and fly both the F-15 and the initial cadre F-22. Those assignments have taken him to Vance, taken him to Tyndall a couple times, taken him to Kadena, Mountain Home, Eglin, Edwards, to DC 3 times, Holland as a wing commander, and then spent a little time at Cambridge, going through a fellowship, and then to Dakota as a 5th Air Force Deputy Vice Commander. With all that, he's actually done extremely well. And one of the things I do is I take a look at people's records. I look at all your performance reports, and from the very beginning, including your training reports. The one thing I did notice is that Cooler's been a distinguished graduate from every school he's gone to. Out of ROTC, out of a pilot training, out of SOS, out of the weapons school, very well accomplished. The other thing I noticed is there was a day back when we were much younger where stratifications didn't really matter, and it just said, best lieutenant, top captain, those kinds of things. But later into your record, you start to see the number ones. Number one's a flight commander, number one is a squadron commander, number one's a DO, number one a colonel in all of 12th Air Force. And so you had a series of assignments that have taken you from being a ground training officer to being an electronic combat pilot, up through being doing operational tests, and then eventually being a squadron commander, and doing very well at that. Skipping group command because you did a fellowship, and then right into wing command at Holland. And then for the past 4 years, you've been at the Pentagon. And I'm probably, as you said, you're pretty excited to be out of the Pentagon and get to Alaska. And we were having a good conversation this morning that Alaska has been on Cooler's list since he was lieutenant. He's even taken vacations with his family to Alaska just to kind of, rub for some good luck to eventually get to Alaska. I'm glad it finally has worked out for you, that you're going to be in Alaska with your family and having Katie and Clay with you today. One of the things that Cooler did go to Auburn, and he has degrees in math, and he likes math so much that he stayed extra year to get a master's in math after that. which I think is actually explains a couple things. What his staff told me, he's pretty frugal, and has kept the car for 15 years. And probably because you didn't get all the way to Alaska on one trip. It's probably why you just sold it and got something new. But the fact that you're focused on numbers, and really, it's not so much the focus on numbers, but the attention to detail. And one of the things that jobs I did not mention, this is probably the first time that I kind of came across you and had a chance to talk to you or know about you, was when you had a chance to work for the Secretary of Defense's office. And a good friend of mine and a good friend of yours, Corky Corcoran, was making a connection when I was out in Al-Udeid as a deputy air component commander. And so it's been a great honor to work with you really from afar, but for at least for a short period of time, get a chance to work with you pretty closely, and to have you and Lisa, Allie, Katie, and Clayton with us as part of the PACAF team. And so with that, I'm done with my comments, and we're ready to make you a 3-star.
Thank you, General Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the publishing of the promotion order.
Publish the order.
Attention to order. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Major General David A. Krumm. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to service in the higher grade, Major General David A. Krumm is promoted to the grade of Lieutenant General, United States Air Force, effective this 20th day of April, 2020, by order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Please be seated. General Krumm's family will now come forward to pin on the rank of Lieutenant General. Please stand as General Brown administers the oath of office to Lieutenant General Krumm.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, David L. Krumm.
Having been appointed Lieutenant General of the United States Air Force.
Having been appointed Lieutenant General of the United States Air Force.
Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
And I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
Take this obligation freely.
I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office.
And well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office.
I'm about to enter.
I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
General Brown will now present General Krumm with his new flag. The Air Force authorizes individual flags to those who warrant them by virtue of their office. The United States Air Force has incorporated the use of flags to signify the presence of a general officer. This flag, signifying the presence of a lieutenant general, will be present at all military functions attended by General Krumm and will be visibly displayed in General Krumm's office. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Lieutenant General David Krumm.
Thank you, everyone. This is a very unusual time, and so I hope you'll bear with me. All I really have is a number of thanks, is what I have. I am grateful to God who has blessed me far more than I deserve. I will tell you that. Chief among these earthly blessings is Lisa. Thank you, honey. For almost 28 years, you've put up with me. You supported me. You've done everything. Lisa, you've served with me. Lisa served as an intel officer in her country first. She served as a mom to our kids, and any success they have is directly because of her, not me. And she serves today in the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, where she helps the families of those who have lost service members. And thank you, sweetheart, for your service and your continued service. To Allie, who's on Zoom, I'm proud of you, honey. Thank you for being a military brat, as General Brown said. There's so much that goes on. You had to adult early and often, and you came through it, and we just couldn't be proud of you. And Kyle, with your engagement over the weekend, we welcome you to our family as well. We just can't wait. Katie Bug, just couldn't be proud of you. Air Force ROTC, pilot slot. I know it's F-22, I just know. But she's going to do great things. Going to be the wing commander of her detachment, just like her mother did. I'll tell you that I was not the detachment commander in my ROTC unit, and there's a great reason for that. But thank you, Katie, I'm so proud of you. Clay, son, you're way, way beyond where I ever even dreamed. You are such an incredibly young man going to Dartmouth. But what I admire most is you are a person I want to be like, with your integrity, your honesty, and your individualism. Thank you. Very, very, very proud of you. Joe Brown, sir, I can't tell you enough how much this means to me. I know your schedule is busy, and I know you've got so much stuff to do. And thank you for talking out of being out and not doing the ceremony. You've made it very, very special for me and my family. So thank you, sir. And as you continue to lead both the PACAF and future as our chief as you go forward. I will tell you, I need to thank you, Joe Bussier and Barb, thank you for all the stuff that you guys have done here, and to all the staff, overcoming so much to do this. I think this is the 848th change that we had to this, but you guys have just made it work, so thank you so much, especially with the protocol team. Chaplain, I couldn't have written a better prayer. Thank you. That was absolutely amazing. Speaking of people dealing with changes, I will direct my attention to the camera where Missy and Patty, who were my secretary and executive officer when I was at AQP, I would not be here today, literally, if they had not done all the great work to somehow make me be able to PCS in 4 days. So thank you for all your support, everything you did. You two are a true blessing to me and my family. To my friends and family who are on Zoom, moms, dads, thank you for the support. To my friends and family, it's an adage often said that we stand on the shoulders of giants. That's not true for me. I've been picked up and lifted up high by all of you, because all of you are giants who have made me who I am. So thank you for your support, your patience, your mentoring, and helping me get through here. Normally we would all celebrate this together. These are special times. But what I hope is for everyone listening, or even just thinking about us, is that instead of being able to talk to each other afterwards, that we find the time to do this individually. The new normal, whatever that may be, as we come out of this pandemic, you're always welcome at our house to explore the great frontier with us, so we hope you will. And that's it. I am grateful and humbled that you guys took the time out to do this, and I am just ecstatic to be part of this great organization. Thank you.